Vivoline exists to save lives. We do that by increasing the amount of transplantations, by increasing the amount of organs available for transplantation. The first organ we work with is the lung. Over 300,000 people under the age of 75 die every year of incurable lung diseases. A transplantation would help many of those people. But there are only 5,000 transplantations worldwide every year. Now, why is that? The most important reason is there just is a lack of transplantable organs, a lack of lungs to transplant. Of all the organs that are donated for transplantation, all the lungs that are donated for transplantation, only 20% are used. Now, the reason for that is that when the surgeon or the doctor is assessing the lung in the patient, certain criteria need to be met. Well, when the patient or the donor dies, it's quite a brutal experience for the body. So a lung that a week before was working well enough to be transplanted has now been affected by the death itself. If you can take that lung out of the patient and work on it outside the patient's body with Vivoline products, you can improve the performance of the lung to a level where it's acceptable for transplantation. What you also do, which is extremely important for the surgeon and the doctors, is that you can test the lung. Studies show that you can take fluid off the lung, you can open up parts of the lung that are closed, you can ventilate the lung, you can inspect the lung, and then you can actually transplant that lung into patients. And you can increase the amount of organs used by 200 to 300%. We do that today with the Vivoline LS1 and the accompanying sterile disposable unit. However, we are dependent on other companies for the fluids that are used in this process. So a couple of years ago, we made a strategic decision that we needed to be in the business of developing and manufacturing fluids. Next year, 2016, we will be ready and the fluids will be available for patients to be used, an important milestone in the history of the company. Today, we have 15 units placed around the world. We have 100% market share in the Scandinavian market, our home market. We have units placed across Australia, the Middle East, Europe, Canada, but an important market where we're not present and cannot help patients is the US. So now we're working extremely hard to register our products in the US. We have a very clear plan to enter the US and believe by the end of 2018 we can offer the Vivoline system to patients across the United States. The heart is the next organ we work with, and it's our next major project. The heart is different to the lung in that the heart suffers from a lack of oxygen once it's outside the body. So as soon as you remove it from a patient, the heart muscle itself starts to die. This means that the time frame you have to get the heart from the donor to a patient, to a recipient, is very short. In most countries, you do not operate or put a heart into a patient unless you can do it within 4 hours. In some countries, it's 2.5 hours. So many hearts are lost because of this incredibly difficult logistic problem that needs to be solved. In fact, today, only 25% of donated hearts are used around the world. At Vivoline, we've developed a system which in early studies shows that we can actually oxygenate that heart, keep it healthy for a period of 24 hours. In the system, we have the box, which is like a pump and regulates the temperature of the fluid. We have a sterile disposable and a fluid which is specifically designed, patented and protected for the heart. We have a very clear timeline how we're going to get this device to patients and save more lives. We should be able to do this by the year 2020. Now this changes the game. What it means is that instead of private jets, Gulfstreams, flying around hearts so that they can be put in patients within time, and maybe even not even the best immunological match, you now have 24 hours to get a good heart into the right patient. We believe that this will become a standard form of treatment in the future. Vivoline is a company based on world-class research. We work together with Lund University and Professor Stig Steen. We have a unique opportunity to bring amazing and innovative products to patients all around the world. We've recently moved into a fantastic new location with over 100 square meters of clean room facility. It gives us the opportunity to manufacture fluids, to manufacture sterile disposables, and to manufacture our machines in-house, which means we can control both the cost and the quality of what we do. Vivoline Medical is in the process of raising funds through a share issue to make all this happen. Here are the terms.